Faces of History is done. Yay! And y'all did so good. I'm very, very proud of you. And y'all did wonderful. And I hope you get to see the video of y'all. I videoed everyone, so I can send that maybe, or I can maybe upload them to YouTube and then send them. Anyway, so proud of y'all. I know y'all worked hard. And thank you for all that you did. Okay, let's review what we did today. Okay, today is week 22. We are still doing compound complex structure. For our purposes, you're going to be doing all different ones in your sentences this week. For our pattern, we are reviewing SVLPN, SVLPA. For our charts, we're reviewing all of them, but I really encourage you to look at the charts in the packet that I gave you today for end of year. Okay, you can look at the prior video on that. Spelling, remember, if you're doing the spelling curriculum, the list is on page 271. The spelling rule is on page 265. Okay, so first of all, we just started reviewing. We reviewed what a compound complex sentence is. And that is a compound complex sentence consists of at least two independent clauses joined by a coordinating conjunction and at least one subordinate clause, which can be adverbial or adjectival. Okay, so just to remind you, adverbial clauses are your subordinating conjunctions. Okay, there are some other ones as well as just your www.asia. Or your subordinating clauses can be adjectival, which start with your relative pronouns. Okay. Okay, going back over here, we reviewed SVLPN and SVLPA. Remember that PN is a noun, predicate, nominative, and it renames the subject. PA is predicate adjective, and it is adjectives describe, so it describes the subject. And we went through these sentences, and we found our PNs. They always follow a linking verb. And we labeled them PA or PN depending on if they renamed, because a friend is a type of person. Kind is actually like it describes, okay? So it's describing, it's an adjective. Okay, y'all did really good on that. We also did a review over here between different conjunctions. So we had to look to see if this was a compound sentence or a complex sentence and what kind of conjunction it got. Did it get a fanboy or did it get a subordinating conjunction? And here we had both. So we had a fanboy and a coordinating subordinate conjunction. Okay? So y'all did that really well. Then we did review. I hope you see review is in green. So we reviewed what a verbal is. A verbal is a form of a verb, so it's a verb. It performs the function, though, of an adjective, noun, or adverb. Okay? There are three types of verbals. Last week we went over an infinitive. Remember, infinitive is to plus a verb used as a noun, adjective, or adverb. Okay? So it's a verb, like play is a verb. It's an action word. So if we said to play could be used as a noun, adjective, or adverb. Okay? So those are verbals. That's what we did last week. This week we are learning about participles. A participle is a verb form used as an adjective. It most often ends in either ed or en if it is a past participle, or an ing if it is a present participle. So on your verb form chart, you will find participles, present and past. And we know the little song. Present, think of birthday, you get presents. A present participle is a verb plus ing used as an adjective or a verb. And this one's the chant. A past participle is a verb plus ed. Can be en. Used as an adjective or a verb. Okay. We looked at these sentences and we found our participles and we found the noun that it's modifying, okay? Or the verb, no, the noun. No, whatever. The word it's modifying. So burning tells us which building. Which building? The one that's burning, okay? Which firefighters, not the boring firefighters, the amazing firefighters, okay? Which Lisa, the frightened Lisa versus the non-frightened Lisa. Which insects, not the spiders, the flying insects. So, depending on what question that answers tells us how that it's being used as an adjective. So it's going to answer an adjective question. And then it's what it's modifying is what we circled. So y'all did really good today on all of that. The last thing we did was we worked through a sentence. This was actually sentence 5 for week 22. So y'all did really good. Actually, I thought it was the easiest sentence out of all of them. Anyway, so strange. Okay, the sentence was, the Lord, whose mercy endures forever, is my God, and he is good. So first we found our coordinating conjunction. We found our 2 independent clauses. They are underlined in green. And we found our subordinating clause, or our dependent clause, underlined here in red. We found our subjects, our verbs. Our verbs were all linking. Well, this one's a linking verb. This verb is VI. This answers to what extent or how long. It's an adverb. These are all adjectives. Anyway, we worked that all out and then we diagrammed it. So here is the diagram. Remember, you always start with your first independent clause. Stop, guys. And after your first independent clause, we have a subordinating clause, which is going with Lord. So that is the dotted line from Lord. So here's our subordinating clause. And then here's our other independent clause. So here is that. If you didn't have a chance to fill it in class because we were running out of time, here it is. You can pause it and maybe write it down on your paper. Okay? And that's what we did for the week. So y'all did excellent. Good job. Next week will be a normal week. So we will have an English lesson followed by math game and followed by our last writing lesson, which will be fun. It is a writing lesson, but it's going to be, I believe, a 1-paragraph page that you will read on our last week. So on our very last week, we will have a last English lesson, followed by your papers. You will read your papers, and then we will do a fun activity to celebrate the last day of community.
And the tickets being gone.
Well, the tickets being gone was our party today. If you notice, we haven't passed out any more tickets since then. So today was celebrating y'all working through those tickets. So I hope you enjoyed the sodas and the trail mix. But the last day, we're going to celebrate the last day of class. And so it's a surprise, but your moms know what it is. And we'll see you then.
They all know it.
Bye.
Bye.
Mommy?